Trish. Yesterday I did a reading on Sebastian Rogers, but I was really exhausted when I read on him. I had already not slept well the night before, so I was kind of not right to read really anyway that day. But I had also done like over 2 hours of astrology reading, so I was pretty like I messed up. I had a really good connection, but I was hanging on to that connection with every bit of strength that I had, trying to hang on to it, and I could just feel it slipping away, and I was really trying so hard to hang on to it. So I thought I'd tap in today when I'm fresh, I've slept well, and try and make a contact again and see if I can either redo the questions that I asked yesterday, because they were question and answers, like questions that had come in on the comments, and see if I got similar answers or if I could get a better connection. Not that I had a bad connection, I had a good connection, but it was very difficult for me to hang on to that connection and stay deep. I could feel it slipping away. But anyway, one of the words that he said yesterday to me sounded like Tusi, or that kind of sound. Like, I know when I got the word for Samantha Murphy, it was McLean and 7Ks away, they told me, and that's where the incident actually took place before anybody ever knew that happened. And they told me McLean because that was the word that I knew, and it sounded like that. It was Mount Clear. So Mount Clear, I was out by like 2 letters, and it was very similar sounding to the one that I was hearing, that I'd heard. Now this is the same kind of thing. I was hearing something similar to like 2-seat or 2C. But anyway, I had a look on the map, the Google Earth for America, because I have no idea about your towns, and I found there is a Tusi, Tussey, but I think that's like 12 hours away, and there's a Toonie, which is a little closer to Tennessee, so that's 5 hours away. So I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, I just thought I'd put it there. I got the word yesterday, and I thought that's kind of a weird word. I might see if there's a town nearby to Tennessee for that word that he was trying to tell me. Anyway, there's 2 words, so, but there could be others, and like I said, I don't know America. I've never been there, and I don't know any of those towns or small places, so don't know if that helps. I think now I'm really at the point of really only wanting to get things that can help. Now it's like that's where my head is. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll post yesterday's video. I probably will have to post about the words that were coming in, but yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of it. I'll have to have a look at it and see, and see how I go today. Okay, I'm going to see if I've got a connection here. Okay, this is my connection to the other side card. Okay, and I was a little stressed yesterday as well, so I'm much more relaxed today than what I was yesterday. I was quite stressed yesterday, so yeah, today I'm in a much more relaxed mood, which is better for connection anyway. So, and I've got a connection with the other side, so that's really good. Now I'm just going to check in to see if I've got a connection to the Sebastian Rogers case next, and I'm going to do that with the crime deck. This is back on the website too, by the way. Okay, time running out. He says that every time. So time running out. I'll just put that there so you can see that one. Time running out. Time running out, I think, is related to, like, because yesterday when I did the reading, I got body hidden a couple of times. Very possibly that it was hidden and moved and hidden somewhere else. Quite possibly because I got hidden, then another word, and then hidden again. So that could be a possibility. But time running out, I think, is put in a room. No, that's not the card yesterday. Yesterday I had a card that had 2 doors, and it kind of sounded like the word 2 that I was hearing. Okay, Sebastian Rogers. So there we go, there's Sebastian's card. This is the card that he attaches himself to. In my personalized deck, I have the same card, but it's my son in the picture, and my son is autistic, so he has autism. He's an adult man. But this is the card that I made for my son, and this is really just strange how this is the card that he attached himself, Sebastian attached himself to that card. So anything else that come out in this, just so we know, dark web, it's been out a couple of times, can indicate recordings, repeat offender, drain or waterway, ringmaster, or something that was orchestrated. Media distraction. I believe there is a bit of a media distraction going on right now. Inside job taken out. Perhaps it was some kind of accident, so not the outcome that was intended, but anyway, there was guilt, definitely guilt. So not accident where it was an accident, there's guilt here. So that's just a little overview with this case, just because I want to see before I read on it if I have a connection, and I do feel that is Sebastian's case that we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to run through these questions again. First of all, is the town, that what you were telling me yesterday, the word to knee or to see or to seat, is that any relation to where you are? Okay, first of all, I got group involvement. I am safe now, or safety. It's my safety card. So he does come out a lot with these readings about his safety. It was to do with his safety. Well funded. I've got that a little bit yesterday as well. The well funded, or money involved, or some issue related to money, and this is like tunnel or underground, but it's also like lights in the dark. I've said this before, this card comes out a lot in Sebastian's readings because it makes me think of the lights that they said that were seen in their yard that was going on. I know it's been debunked or disproven, but this card comes out and I talk about that every time. But maybe he's put underground, maybe all along that's what that card means. Wrong direction. I do believe that he was taken away in a different direction, so away. Wrong direction sometimes means going in the wrong direction in the question that I'm asking. Okay, the question that I actually asked was, this all was taking me in a different direction, but the question that I asked was, the word that you gave me, is there any connection there? So to see, to knee, to seat, to knee, to see, or to see. Any connection? In this card he says there is a connection. Heavy burden carried there, or carried. The person is known to me. Interesting. This was a really interesting pull. I do feel like I have a really a decent, good connection here. Okay. And I finished the reading yesterday, so I'm going to start from the bottom questions first because that's where I was losing my connection. I just wanted to know, because it said body is hidden. Body is hidden. Can you show me where? Can you show me any indication or where the body, where your body is? Group involvement. I want it out. It comes out every time with his readings. He just wanted out. Safety was an issue. Comes out every time. And this one here is well funded. Money involved again. Money involved in the situation again. Wrong direction. Tunnel underground. Okay, where I was going before I kind of stopped on this card here, the direction I was going was, this card makes me think about how I had a dream prior to reading on Sebastian Rogers, and I said it could be like a missing person of one I'm about to read on, and that turned out to be Sebastian Rogers, a big connection, how that all came together. But in the dream, they showed me an RV and a very tall tree and a dump ground. So I don't know if that signified, because dreams are cryptic, so I don't know if that signified dumping, like a body being dumped, dumping grounds, or if it was actually a waste facility, because they were showing in the dream it was pretty clear that it was something to do with waste or dumping far away because of smell, like waste smell, or decomposition smell. So that was quite strong in my dream, and I hate to talk about things like that, but my dream was very clear about smell. That's why they were taking it going so far away. This road reminds me of the dream every time. They're going so far away on this road. It could have even been a dirt road. Like in my vision that I'm having of the dream, it feels like it was a dirt road. I can see like fences to the side. I can see like empty kind of areas, but it feels like there's trees. I can see trees, but I can also see like paddocks or properties too in there as well. But this dream reminds me of it. And in the dream it said that they were going so far away from the crime, me not knowing which crime I was looking at either, and to dump the body and they knew people would be looking. They actually felt like somebody was either following them, or they had to cover their tracks in some way so they wouldn't be followed, or go to a place where it wouldn't be suspected. So it wouldn't be like a road between Tennessee and Memphis. It wouldn't be that, because that would be expected to look there. So it was like kind of taking a wrong direction from there. So not taking that one purposely, because that's what would be expected to take. So in the dream, it was kind of telling me that they're going a long way in a wrong direction, different direction than what would be expected, to a dump or to dump. So meaning the body. So that's what the dream was, and that's what this card reminds me of. But interesting, this card here has come up again as well. Tunnel or underground. I wasn't getting any tunnel in that dream, but I don't really even know if that dream was connected to this case. I'm just saying this card reminds me of that dream. But yeah, tunnel or underground. So here my question was, show me where you are. And this is about safety. As I said, safety, group involvement, money involved. He just wanted out. He says that all the time. He pulls the same cards every time. They always come out the same. Okay, I need more information now on where to find you. Where to find you. More information, please. Where to find you. Okay, so here I just want to say that I got the death card. Doesn't come out very often with Sebastian's reading. I think this is the second time I've had it. This is the Empress, Mother. Again, this is all alleged. I'm not saying anybody is connected here. I'm just saying this is card reading. Cards are just falling how they like. And this card here, yesterday it came out, and it came out with the drugged card. And I talk about how I sometimes call this my consumption card. So it's somebody consuming something. But it came out yesterday alongside of the drugged card or drugs card and consumption. So there is possibility there if you're reading the story along with me. Okay, I had to get away. I had to get away. This card comes out often in this case. Okay, I'll move along. This card here is my world card. It's the end of the situation, usually death. Death on each end here. Death means like the final resting place. The final resting place is this is what this card is for me. It's like, I also call it sometimes like in a forest or a dense bush kind of area, because it's got a lot of leaf litter here, and they're resting in like leaf litter. But that's also what I call this card here. But I always call it, this card just says not involved. Not involved. Okay, what's not involved here? What is not involved? I've learnt to ask now, because I had that card come out once and I couldn't stop being annoyed with myself because I didn't say who wasn't involved. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not involved. I said who's not involved or what's not involved. I can't remember what I said, but tunnel, group, wrong direction. There's a lot there. There's a lot there, especially because it's like, what, the third time it's come out just in a short space. Okay, and they say in the group, because a lot of my questions yesterday were related to family, because that was the questions that I was answering from the comments. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put these two videos together or just keep them separate, one being question and one being where is Sebastian. I'm wondering if, like, the group not involved, or not involved in this part but involved in, like, this part. You see there's two sections. There's the event of it and the resting place part of it. Okay, I'm going to take these 4 cards and I'm going to leave these cards here as in the event, the resting place. I'm going to take these ones. I'm just going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to get 2 different sides and we'll see if anything significant comes out here. Okay, we're here first. I'm going to read those cards just in case you are not viewing the screen. Okay, I've separated them into 2 sections. The first section is the event of what happened, and the cards that have come out for that is some kind of hostage or trade. It can be like a negotiation or a trade of some sort. It could have been issues around negotiating some kind of scenario, because that's all about hostage can mean negotiation. There's no negotiation card in here, so that could mean some kind of negotiations or something taking place around the situation, but running out of time. It was maybe a time issue, running out of time. Something was seen. This, in my old deck, I used to call it motive. So perhaps we're looking at motive here. Something around a time issue, being a time sensitive matter, had to be taken care of straight away, or maybe put up with for so long and finally was getting taken care of. I don't know, I'm just saying. So I hate to talk like this, but I'm just trying to find different scenarios for putting these words into a sentence or trying to read them together as to what they say. Emperor is the father figure. And here is the freedom card. And given that the amount of times it's come out of here, I had to get away, I'm thinking that it's kind of falling around the energy of Sebastian just wanting to get out of there. He wanted to get out of that home or that situation. Or was it the other way around? Sorry, I just had a little thing then. Because you can kind of see how they read that way. There was under negotiations of some sort, time limit, you know, you've got this long to get this handled or taken care of or sorted out. Something was seen, I'm not sure. You'll have to help me with that one. I'm not quite sure why that one's sitting there. It's important. It could just be there was evidence. There was evidence, possibly. Father figure, but freedom. Either freedom from or freedom for. Father figure. Father figure wanted freedom in some way from the situation. Okay, all alleged, I'm just saying this is card reading. There's no facts here whatsoever. Just looking at 2 scenarios and see what cards come out around it. Now, in this case here, we're looking at the resting place, or the resting place I'm calling this, because this is what this card means to me. Two evidence cards here. There's 2 evidence cards. So 2 evidence cards, one being DNA evidence or evidence or statement, which is really interesting that 2 evidence cards here, and the other card is social media. Maybe social media evidence. Maybe there's something in social media somehow, like a record or something. I don't know how you cover that up, or I don't know. Maybe outside of what you think it would be, outside of the inner players here. Okay, I'm going to read this out loud just in case you're not watching the screen. So the card here I've got for the final resting place, we have missing or searching. Yes, we are still searching, missing still. There is money involved here, tied or restrained. And then 2 evidence card, one being evidence or statement and the other being DNA evidence. And then we've got social media. So is the money side of it to do with this part, like the removal, or is the money part to do with the removing evidence part, or evidence of a money exchange? I don't know if there was a money exchange. It seems kind of strange to me that there would be, but the money card has come out so often that you've got to kind of think it doesn't just fall out over and over again for no reason. And these cards do fall out over and over again. Okay, so I'm just going to have no question here, and I'm just going to open read for any card that needs to come out here. Being stalked or being watched. Also a bedroom window, by the way. Tied or restrained. A crime of opportunity comes out all of the time for this read. Digital footprint, this is the phone, comes out all the time. I talk about the phone dream that I had. Aggressive attack. It's the same group of cards every time. This card comes out every time as well. Deeply involved or water. I always say under cover of the night, like dark night, it was dark. Maybe it is water. Okay, I'm just going to ask, it's just interesting that the same cards for the same case come out over and over again. It's like there's something here. There's something in this situation right here. So the other question I just thought of then was one of the questions that I asked yesterday, question and answer. Was there some significance around the pond? I know there was word of it around searching the pond, or, you know, there was something going on with the pond. So let's have a look at if I can find how they've worded it. Any suspicions around the pond? Any suspicions around the pond? Given the water card is what I'm thinking there. The pond that was searched. Two cards flicked out together. This is the rage card, temper, narcissist, energy, risk-taking. The Fool is all about risk-taking, taking risks. That would be risky or some kind of risk. That fell out on the ground then was marks being left behind. So there were marks left behind or something left behind. That card that I'm putting back says cover up. Or they covered, maybe I might leave that one out because that would read well into that sentence. So if it was pond related or anything around that pond, it's saying marks or anything that was left behind has been covered up or tampered. There. Was Sebastian originally in the pond? He was put in a place or put in a room. That's the authoritarian figure. Where was he put? This is kept in the dark. It is like a tunnel or a cave or put somewhere dark. Kept somewhere dark. Carried. Again, something left behind. Okay, anything else that you want to add to this? Anything important that we really need to know to help us find Sebastian, please? Missing. We're searching for him. Anything that can help us find Sebastian. I just got to mention here that this trade hostage card also is bound by rope, and we've had the restraint card there a couple of times. So there's also bound, hands bound, or some kind of binding here as well on this card, which I just find interesting. Authority figure. Okay, if we were to look at this as a hostage or a trade, usually money. Okay, is this what you're getting at? I kind of haven't been going in that direction, but timing and card, my question wasn't out yet, so and money on the bottom. This is the direction I'm leading. Okay, so this card of hostage or trade, let's elaborate on that one. What do you mean? Please clarify what you mean by this card right here. It's been out a couple of times now. Organised. Could be a little bit of rumours involved here. Stalker watching bedroom. And somebody that knows too much wants to talk. That's the first time these cards come out in this case at all. So I wonder if we're going to get some new information being leaked, especially since we had that evidence or statement card. So we've had a DNA evidence and evidence or statement card coming out together, and now we've got somebody wanting to talk about something. So I was kind of asking, was trade of some sort, that kind of terrible scenario. None of these cards have really come out here, but the card of something being organised. The rumours card can also be something taking place behind your back. Okay, final cards. This one's also a phone card too. 2 phone cards right there. Can also indicate something organised on a phone. Dark intentions or motives. Something not going to plan. Shame they can't get more information out of the phone. The 3-hour phone call. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully there's something there.